Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are talking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills today. If you are a fan, then you know you're getting the reunion part 1 tonight. Bravo graced us with a 7-minute tease, if you will. That was posted. It's the first 7 minutes of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. So we're going to be discussing that. This is a spoiler alert. And then we're also going to be talking about the unseen footage that was aired in the UK and I also think Australia that was not aired here in the US for viewers. So kind of have a little bit of a question mark there. But if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm definitely trying to go hit that like button, turn those notifications on. Going to be in New York City for BravoCon Eve with some New Jersey people, Joe Gorga, Frank Catania. Joe Gorga is going to be at Caroline's Comedy Club, downtown New York City. So if you're going there, I will be at the late show in the VIP section. If you guys have any questions for Frank or Joe, go ahead and comment those as well. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's start with the first 7. Well, we could actually start with the unseen footage. I know you guys like to hear this sort of stuff. So allegedly, well, not allegedly, everything I'm saying in this video is, of course, alleged. However, there is an insert from last week's episode that aired in other countries, but not in the US. And it seems like Bravo definitely left it out intentional, but it kind of makes me wonder, why would they need to leave it out? And why would they choose only the US to do so? The scene was actually back at Erika's hair extension party. If you guys remember, Kyle has accused Erika's publicist, his alleged name is Jack. P.S. Before I get into all of this, if anyone is on Twitter and they know specifically what I'm referencing when I say there were tweets going around about Jack on Twitter with serious allegations, I thought that I had shared those, and I definitely think I have them in my photos somewhere, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. So if anyone knows what I'm like referencing about somebody coming forward and saying some things about Jack that has turned out to be Erika's publicist and Nikki Hilton's publicist, please DM me on Instagram, HW Historian. Okay, anyways, so Jack is Erika's publicist, and Kyle has said that Kathy has done an extensive deep dive to find out where the press is getting all of these play-by-plays to what went down in Aspen and what's been going on. Now, the scene is Jack in the background. I don't think he's mic'd. His voice must have just got picked up on audio. He could have possibly have been mic'd. I'm not sure. Now, you may wonder, why was her publicist at her hair extension party and why didn't we see him? Well, not sure why we didn't see him, but we have seen him before. You guys will recognize him. I had thought that he was part of Erika's glam squad because he's usually with her other glam guy. I cannot think of his name, Mikey. He's usually with Mikey, so I always assumed he was part of the glam, but he's actually the publicist. And in LA, people take their publicist over their spouse. It is not uncommon. Everyone brings their publicist to parties. And so it's perfectly normal that he would be there. And she was also doing press for Entertainment Tonight, maybe. One of those, Entertainment Tonight versions that we see on the news between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. So she was doing press, and they allegedly were already asking about Aspen because there had already been so much in the press by the time Erika's hair extension party had come around. Because if you guys remember, Kathy Hilton did allegedly storm out of the Kimosabi store and was outside on her phone yelling. Right? Now, I don't know if they cut the scene where Sherry Zampino says that when she got there, Kathy was outside and she was so upset that she was shaking. Well, somebody else was in Aspen that glorious day, and they happened to catch Kathy Hilton going upset and in the street and on her phone. They posted it to their Instagram, and it was kind of happening behind them, but it was enough that people recognized that something was transpiring. So Jack is in the background of Erika and Dorit talking about what has transpired in Aspen, but not necessarily the details of what transpired, more so what had transpired since they had gotten home from Aspen. Like, who have you talked to? Have you talked to Kyle? Have you talked to Kathy? And I think Dorit was more so updating Erika because I think that Dorit would love to be Kathy Hilton's bestie. Remember last year, she was literally offering to carry Kathy's luggage. Dorito was offering to carry Kathy's luggage, and she also was like offering to, she was fanning her when she was hot. She stood upstairs and was fanning her when they were in Palm Springs last season. So to me, I feel like Dorit would love to be friends with Kathy Hilton, and so therefore she would love the opportunity to find a way to kind of show her love, support, and loyalty to Kathy, and this could, opportunity could be a way of doing that. What else was I going to tell you guys about that? Okay, so Dorito and Kyle, or Dorito and Erika are discussing Aspen. Jack is in the background. Now, the camera doesn't pick up Jack, but the audio does, and he's speaking to someone named Simone, who I don't know who Simone is, I'm going to be honest. And he says, I'm listening. What did he say? Basically, like, I'm trying to hear every word they're saying back here. And the other person, Simone, acts like they know what he's talking about. And they're like, oh, yeah, me too, And so Bravo included that in the audio in the UK and in Australia. They showed Jack. They showed him off to the side. He was like sitting at a round high top table. He wasn't in the frame when Dory and Erika were discussing it. He wasn't in the camera frame, but he was off to the side along with somebody else named Simone. So it does show that they were talking about this very, very freely in front of probably staff as well. Somebody had to have been serving them. Just because we didn't see them doesn't mean that they weren't there. So I just think that they were purposely being sloppy with the information in hopes that somebody could pick it up and start running with it. These people are always blaming their camp. If you guys notice, anytime something gets leaked to the press, anytime a photo accidentally gets posted that somebody didn't like, it was always their assistant, right? Joe Gorga did it when he posted a house that he hadn't flipped, and Khloe Kardashian said that before when untouched up photos have hit the internet. It's like a common thing. It was my internet, it was my publicist, it was my internet person, it was my social media manager, whatever. They just give them different titles. It's all BS, really. So again, though, and not really making a lot of sense that if Jack is a publicist to Erika, then he's also a publicist to Nikki Hilton. And it wouldn't seem in Erika, I agree with her when she says it would not be in his best interest to tell the press play-by-play moves of what happened with Kathy and Aspen. And I also want to tell you guys, this is some good tea. I'm going to give you guys a couple things. One thing is that Jack's been around with the housewives for a long time. He was with Gretchen, and he was also with another woman. I cannot think of her name off the top of my head. So we saw Jack way back when he was with Gretchen when she was on the show, and she was married to Big Daddy. Well, he wasn't Big Daddy, but that's what you know. If you guys know, the limo scene and Tamra talking shit about Gretchen. Anyways, so Jack's been around a long time. He's been a friend, I guess, to the Bravo family, if you will, for years and years. So, and also, Gretchen was on the OC, so Erika is on the Beverly Hills as well. So that's a little hard to explain away, okay? It's a little hard to explain away. We have seen Kathy Hilton out and about. She was taking photos with people it looked like sort of a mall setting. And someone said, like, how's your sister? And Kyle was like, or Kathy said, I love my sister very much. And that's just what she basically kept saying. Now, Bethany Frankel has taken a TikTok and she has put her opinion in it. And I've told you guys this before. Bethany was a nanny to Nikki and Paris. Okay. Bethany's been around a long time. That's when Kyle said she's known Bethany for years and years, she really meant it. I posted a photo of Mauricio and Bethany, and it looks like the early 90s. It's on my Instagram, HW Story, and go check it out if you want to see it. But that's how long she's been around these people. And she said, at the end of the day, Kathy and Kyle will always be sisters, and they will always love each other, and they will mend their relationship. And no matter how, terrible, whatever it is, like, the only person that's going to lose in this situation is the messenger. And Bethany's always kind of posting like little tidbits of business tips or this or that, even though she's got a lot going on right now with what allegedly is going on with a TikToker, and Bethany allegedly suing it. We'll talk about it in another video. But so Bethany definitely was a nanny to them. But yeah, guys, that's what's going on right now in the Beverly Hills world. We're going to see the first 7 minutes. It's posted on Instagram now, and I want to know what you guys think. If you watched it, please leave a comment. I personally did not think that it was great. They did bring Jamie Lee Curtis onto the stage, and basically they just kiki and cha-cha for the first 7 minutes. And it's like, okay, Bravo, we only get 42 minutes of Housewives as it is. And then you're going to give us 7 minutes with Jamie Lee Curtis talking about chic wind chimes? That leaves us literally 35 minutes of a reunion. 35 minutes to part 1 of the reunion. I mean, that's just the numbers, guys. All you gotta, it just seems like, are you guys trying to fill time to make this a 3-part reunion? Is the only like really heat we're gonna see between like Kathy is like, are we gonna have to wait on the drama? Is Kathy gonna bring the drama? Is there not gonna be much drama until Kathy gets here? Is that what Bravo is telling us without telling us? Because you filled 10 minutes of a 42-minute episode with, hi, what are you wearing? Who styled you? He goes around and says hello to all the ladies. One thing we did get to see was their seating on the couches. If you guys have watched my videos before, then you know that is a status thing, okay? Whoever's sitting first chair to Andy, it is status. I've said that before with Watch What Happens Live, same exact thing. Whoever's sitting first chair is status, like, obviously, big time, whatever you want to call it. This year, we're going to see Lisa and Kyle sitting first chair. On Kyle's couch, we're going to have Kyle. And eventually, when Kathy comes out, she'll sit next to Kyle. And who was on the other couch? It was Lisa, Erika, and Dorit, and then Crystal. And Diana is coming in virtual, but she isn't there the whole time, guys. What does that mean? What does that mean? And someone else made a really good point about Diana. She posted like a little clip of her getting ready for the reunion, even though she was like virtual. She was in Hawaii. And she didn't even have a mask on, and when she was getting her hair and makeup done. And someone was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you're sick with COVID, you definitely would have a mask on if you had hair and makeup around you. And it just seems really strange that Bravo would not have her there for the whole reunion, because she was a full-time housewife. And even though she may have been sick, and maybe she can be there for the entire thing, it just seems a little weird to be like, oh, we're going to bring her in later, but we're not going to bring her in the whole time. I don't know. It just seems strange. I want to know what you guys think, though. Make sure you hit that like button. It really helps my videos. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think if you watch the first 7 minutes of tonight's episode. And then also want to know what you guys think about Kyle and Kathy's relationship. Will it mend? What are your opinions and thoughts? All right, guys, have a great Wednesday.